All right, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm joined with Joe.
Hello.
And Bucky.
Hey.
And today we are going to be talking about one thing that we like really a lot, and that would be Phoenix Comicon. Absolutely. We actually got an email today saying, submit or tell us what's one thing what do you like best about it, and we got a whole bunch of things to talk about because there's just so much to like about Phoenix Comicon, isn't there?
Yep.
So, Joe, why don't you get us started? Tell us one thing, just one thing. What do you like about Phoenix Comicon?
Exhibitor hall.
Oh, the exhibitor hall. Now, there's a lot of things going on in the exhibitor hall. What's your favorite thing?
Probably meeting the people with the comic books.
You're talking the actual artists. Now, these are the guys who, when you buy your DC Comics and Marvel Comics, these are the guys who actually wrote the stories and drew the artwork for us. And you know what? We've been going enough times now. 2016 will be our 5th year, but they're starting to recognize you now, aren't they?
Yeah, I had one guy even say I was his friend. I was like Ryan Wynn, who did some work. He did the ink on the first couple Detective Comics.
Nice.
Yeah. That's of the New 52. He wasn't doing them back in the 1930s. No.
Okay, you actually had me going there for a second. I'm thinking the original Detective Comics.
This is 2011. It's New 52.
Well, that is one of the nice things is that going there, we're really starting to meet these people and know these people. Like Aurora O'Brien is one lady who was always there. We're starting to get to know her a lot more.
They seem to stick her back in a corner.
They did that. Yeah, I hope not this year. I hope not. Put her more toward the front, guys. We love her. She's really good looking. She's really nice, really friendly. She deserves a high traffic area. Bucky, your turn. What's your favorite?
Like you said, the exhibition hall. I do like a lot of the items that are for sale. I'm all about getting good T-shirts. I'm all about getting good buttons.
And rare stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's also like high quality stuff. There's like a guy there. He sells lightsabers every year. I may actually
you can customize them.
And it's like I might actually try getting a lightsaber for 2016.
Maybe we should all do that. We all get different lightsabers.
There's only one question I have. I know, and what's so funny? You know what actually costs the extra $50 is if you want to add sound to it. If you just get a lightsaber that just lights up one color, it's actually really cheap. It's around $100, $150. These are the last time I saw the prices, so don't quote me if the prices vary. But if you can actually get a lightsaber. This is what I like. If you press a button on it, it will change color. Because often, okay, let's say this, for example. You can only get a lightsaber with one color. What color would you get, Joe?
Green.
Bucky.
Green.
Green? Oh, I would go green too.
We're very environmental conscious.
Yeah, environmental. There you go green, everybody. But if you want one that when you press it, it lights up different colors. You can get green, blue, orange, yellow, a lot of different colors.
But you can't do them all at once because I wanted one that's red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way, Joe. Blame it on the laws of physics, okay? Yeah. But that said, I think the noise only happens though when you turn it on or turn it off.
And when you swing it.
Is it when you swing it also? Because I thought when you swing it didn't make the noise.
But I haven't really seen them up close.
Right.
So, but I'm going to expect it a bit more. But like I was saying, is that the exhibition hall is like literally anything. There's people there, vendors selling their own trinkets and wares. Mm-hmm. There's artists who sell comic books with blank front pages, so the artists can draw them.
Yes. Well,
you can get special comics.
And specialized comics. Like at FanFest, I couldn't go in 2015, but in 2014 I was there for Widow's Web and their debut. They hadn't even come out yet. And if there's anything you would love about Comic-Con is that you can get advanced stuff that you wouldn't see normally. In just any place because you don't know about them yet,
Right.
When something is coming soon, you can find out about it at Comic-Con. One thing that they did during my second or third Comic-Con, I can't remember which, but I really loved this. They had this one panel where all they did was show trailers to up-and-coming stuff or to weird stuff. Like there's this one Japanese movie that I don't remember the title to, but it was this guy who had this motorcycle that was also a robot. Okay, I finally got to watch the movie. I really didn't care for it. However, it was just these hilarious trailers, things that you can't believe they actually made a movie about. You ever watch those martial arts movies? You know, the whole tournament thing where the guy wanted revenge and everything? There's a movie called The FP, or is it FB? That's literally the title. And it's the same sort of premise where this guy wants revenge against a guy who killed his buddy while doing Dance Dance Revolution. And they did a cage version of Dance Dance Revolution. How the hell do you do a cage version of Dance Dance Revolution?
Put a cage around Dance Dance Revolution.
But the point is, we do have this guy. His name is Gareth. Great guy. Okay, let me tell you. Gareth will be there for Phoenix Comicon. He's always there. He's going to talk about what's coming up in the next 3 years in terms of movies. And he has another panel for video games. And if you want to know what's coming out, you go to those panels. Because for me, as you can tell, I like the exhibition hall too, but panels are what it is for me. I love those panels. As a matter of fact, was it last year I think it was, or 2 years ago, John Barrowman came to Carol Barrowman's panel, okay? Now they're brother-sister. It was supposed to be just her panel. And I was looking forward to that to talk about her stories and everything. But John Barrowman writes with her. So he shows up too. And let me tell you something. That was the wildest panel I ever saw. And I got so lucky that, because people were expecting, okay, now that John Barrowman is here, this panel is going to get crowded, right? It didn't happen. Maybe because everybody was already at their panels and stuff that nobody else showed up. But I was able to ask 5 different questions to these two, you know, because it was just, you know, there was hardly anybody there and nobody was really asking questions. You know, the line was not there. It's unlike the celebrity panels, isn't it?
Yeah, celebrity panels. They hold them in like the auditorium.
Now, this is where I'm actually jealous of these guys because I didn't understand how Comic-Con worked at first. It wasn't until like 2012, my second one, that I actually went to a celebrity panel. You know, because I wasn't sure how it worked, and the long lines. I didn't want to get into it. I didn't think there'd be room, but they have a big room for the celebrity panels. And these guys got to see Leonard Nimoy.
Actually, I don't think I saw Leonard Nimoy.
I think you did, though. Somebody...
I don't think I went to Leonard Nimoy's panel. I don't...
Really? Because you guys told me he read a poem, and he told a lot of stories and all that.
I don't think I went to his panel.
Yeah, I went to Stanley's panel. I think we were all at that one.
Yes,
yeah.
We all went to that
one.
one.
And I went to the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger panel.
I know. I think
panels are hit or miss for me because usually when I schedule, it's like often I'll find like 2 panels that I really want to go to, except they're always at the same damn time.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I had 4 panels at the same time.
And especially when you're the type of person, you have a few fandoms that you like. You know, you like Doctor Who, you like
Star Wars.
And so obviously there'll be like a Doctor Who panel going on at the same time as Star Wars panel, and you gotta decide which one you're gonna like more.
Right.
You know.
Oh, it's amazing. But you know, some of these panels are not just celebrities. Some of them are very educational panels.
Oh, there was one I went to called like the best of the worst of Doctor Who, where it was like the top. Or the worst 10 stories in the Doctor Who universe, not just new Doctor Who, but classic Doctor Who.
Right, the whole...
And it's like, these are episodes that I have not even seen, never even heard of, but they give me food for thought as to, you know, okay, I gotta see these now.
Right.
You know, I gotta look these up.
You know, yeah, exactly. And, you know, I've taken several ones on how to be a writer. There's one that I take. I finally took it. It took me 4 years to get to it, but I finally got to it. It's called The 21 Days to a Novel. It costs $20 to take this one panel, but it is well worth it. It's not really 21 days. It's more like 21 steps of things you should do, of things you should think about before you write your book. Okay, these are done by professional authors, and that's one thing you get to meet a lot of. You get to meet a lot of professional authors. You know, there's this one lady, I forget her name, but she has like all these awards too, but she's always there with us, you know, and it's just great that you can just get up there and talk to these people, talk about their stories, and talk about their, you know, about their career and everything, and they give you good tips on how to be a writer and or artist or whatever you want to do, you know.
Right. I've even gone to a few writing panels, but for some reason I think the main host of it was sick. So basically he just turned it into a Q&A session. Do you guys have any questions? And so
Right. Well, that's what these things are
Yes.
really supposed to be.
I was a bit turned off by that because I actually wanted input.
Ah, yeah. Well, they want interaction. I mean, because they want. I mean, yes, they could go up there and give a little speech, but for the most part, they really want people to come up and ask the questions and get involved.
Yeah, there's so many different types of panels.
I know.
I mean, there's panels where they have like trivia contests. There are panels where they talk about certain fandoms, TV shows, episodes. There's like outdoor panels where they talk about where like a kid's obstacle course or something like that.
Yeah, they got stuff there for the kids too.
They got stuff for all ages, big time.
There's cosplay contests. There's stuff for 18 and older.
And let me tell you something. Is that not one of all, for the three of us, one of the best things about this Comic-Con is the cosplay? You know?
The cosplays I've seen are very impressive.
Way beyond what I would ever expect. Because remember, these people, they build, and there are some people we get are very professional cosplayers. Like we'll get Jessica Negri will show up some years.
Ivy Doom Kitty, I think, was there one year.
Yes, she goes there. Riddle. Riddle, I don't think, I haven't seen her there lately. But I mean, a lot of cosplay, and just fans in general, not professionals, but we could show you pictures of cosplayers. One guy, this is the one thing I love. The most amazing one to this day, the most creative one, was a guy who was dressed up as a table with Slimer on top of it.
I still got the picture.
I have the picture also.
Yeah.
See, it's not just somebody dressed in a Link costume. But we have this one corgi who shows up at Phoenix Comicon. We have a corgi who's dressed up, like 1 year he was dressed up as Link, and 1 year he was dressed up as a pirate. And it's just this cutest little thing.
I remember that
all
dog.
dressed up. Yeah.
And it's like, I guarantee this year we're probably going to see like an overabundance of people dressed as Deadpool. We're going to see an overabundance of people dressed as Kylo Ren.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. And you know what? We look forward to it because it's not just what they dress up on. It's how they spin it. Yeah. Like we've seen Spider-Man, but he's dressed up as a newspaper delivery guy.
I still have that picture.
Superman, where he's dressed up as Clark Kent, but his shirt's wide open and you see the S label. Most amazing one you've seen, or favorite ones you've seen?
I think I've seen. I'm trying to remember how to describe this. I saw someone dressed as Deadpool, an overweight guy dressed as Deadpool. Mm-hmm. Wearing a sombrero and wearing like...
Oh, that's right, because he likes chimichangas.
Right. Yeah, basically like this whole like Mexican Deadpool type of thing, and it was just hilarious to see.
Yeah, people don't just dress as your basic character. Like when Joe says, they'll dress up as Kylo Ren or they'll dress up as a Deadpool. It's how they spin it also.
Yeah, some of them get very, very unique.
Yes.
I've noticed a couple of people doing the steampunk.
Yeah, there's this
steampunk.
There's one that I've taken the guy's picture like 3 years in a row. He dresses as Captain Jack Sparrow Scissorhands.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Yes, I've seen him.
Yeah, he does like I think a third Johnny Depp character, but I can't remember who it is. But it's just so funny seeing Captain Jack Sparrow Scissorhands.
Now, keep an eye out for this. There is one guy, I saw him last year. I hope he does again this year coming up. But he will dress up as literary characters. Now, he'll be carrying the book, okay? Like, he'll be dressed in red. And I think that was a character from Les Miserables. Okay? That's what he was dressed up as. Another time, he was dressed up as, like, Hamlet. Okay? So, it's kind of hard to catch. My favorite one... And the reason why I like this one is because you can tell you're a fan if you can see this one. It's a girl dressed in jeans and a plaid T-shirt, okay, buttoned-up T-shirt. The reason for that's Amy Pond, okay. But unless you watch the Doctor Who, I mean, she could walk. This is one of those outfits where she could walk into any place and just be a regular person. But if she's at Comic-Con, you can tell she's going for more of the Doctor Who Amy Pond look. You know, kind of,
Okay.
or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she just thought, hey, I'll look nice like that. It's one of those nice outfits.
Oh, and
Lots of Doctor Who's.
And every year, there's always someone dressed in a red and white striped shirt or sweater
With a hat.
with a similar colored hat.
Yes. Now,
And we always find him.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm referring to, there's a book series called Where's Waldo. Find that first.
Yes. You know, I've seen some Twilight Zones. That's a really nice get up there.
Oh yeah, and one year I've even seen a villain from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the one I will remember is, you know, I'm a huge fan of the Knights of the Old Republic. The video. There was a guy there as a main character, Darth Revan. I was like, man, that's a cool costume. Did a really good job. I took a picture of him. I talked to him a little bit about, like, you know, where he lives and where personal stuff. Next week I show up at work at my store. And my manager says, hey, by the way, Darth Revan was looking for you. He actually came in. I to this day, I don't know what the guy's name is. I know him as Darth. He's introduced. He's come in and shaken my hand out of costume at my store. But I never really thought to get his name. I always know him as Darth Revan.
Well, you have a name for him. That should be good.
Yeah.
I do remember my very first year, I did come across a cosplay that was so simple, but it was so different that it was a guy dressed as Lando Calrissian from Empire Strikes Back. And the thing is, he looks so much the part, I actually thought it was Billy D.
Oh,
Williams.
That was the year Billy D. Williams was there, and I can only imagine what his response to that guy was.
And so I was just flabbergasted that it wasn't really Billy D. Williams.
Yes, I got a picture of him.
Yeah, I still have that picture on my phone, but I was just so impressed because it was just so simple.
Yeah.
No makeup needed or anything.
I think the most complex one was the, I forget what he was, but he was like this mech. And it took two people to get the guy into the mech suit. And I was talking to him about it. It's like, yeah, because it gets really hot in here, but you can't drink water because you can't go to the bathroom. So you kind of have to like really monitor your water intake. You have to drink just enough to stay hydrated, but you can't like drink too much because it takes two people to get in and out of the suit.
Wow.
Yeah, guys, just remember one thing. If you are not from Phoenix and you don't know that Phoenix in June 2nd is when this Comic-Con is coming up, drink water, bring water. Okay, it's going to be hot. It's going to be getting warm. You know,
but it's a dry heat.
Yeah, but it's a dry heat. So
it's your oven.
Yeah. So, you know, I know we're indoors a lot, you know, and there are some ways of staying indoors between the stuff, but you don't want to be safe this Comic-Con season and make sure you can drink a lot of water. We do see some amazing costumes. We see Wookiees. That are, you know, I remember seeing this one guy. He was probably 8 foot tall in that Wookiee outfit. You gotta wonder where the eyes are sometimes because either this guy's on stilts or who knows. I actually saw a guy steampunk on stilts.
I've seen that guy.
You know?
Yeah, we've seen that one.
Yeah, basically, and that's another thing I'm kind of gonna segue into right now if we're kind of done with this topic.
Go ahead.
Pretty much, it's a good community of people that you'll come across. There are people that go every year, and you'll recognize the same person. There's someone there that's on stilts. Mm-hmm. That's the person's costume.
Yes.
We see him every year.
And, you know, these people, feel free, be nice. You know, make sure you ask before you take their picture. But they just look awesome. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, Comic-Con has always been our getaway. You know, it's been one of our first big-time vacations to get up there and just enjoy ourselves.
And since you mentioned about cosplay just real fast, is that it's basically considered common courtesy. If you see someone eating, obviously they are, you know, don't want to have a picture taken. My first year, I think it was one of my first 2 years, I didn't realize that I was being rude with someone. It was the year that they had Adam West, Burt Ward, and Julie Newmar there. And I noticed there was one guy dressed as Batman, but he was dressed as the Batman from the 1966 TV series.
Ah, yes.
And he was carrying a big black bomb.
Oh, yes, I saw him. I know who you're talking about.
And so I was trying to get his attention, and so I just blurted out, Batman, can I take your picture? Not realizing that he was getting in line to get an autograph. And so I'm thinking, okay, I probably came off as pushy, so... if you're that guy and you're listening, I do apologize. I'm not normally that much of a jerk. I was just excited about seeing you and trying to earn my media badge.
Well, you have to one thing that is never really spoken enough of when it comes to Comic-Con is Comic-Con etiquette, because it's one thing, you have the cosplayers, they're just regular people, but you also have the celebrities there. The celebrities, for me, meeting the celebrities is a nice part, but it's not as big of a part, because the first thing about meeting celebrities, you have to wait in line for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
With some of them. I remember,
it depends on who it is.
Yeah, last year, and what's going on at the time. Like, if there's a panel, if there's some popular panels going on right now, there's not going to be as many people,
Right.
I mean, this wasn't like my second Comic-Con. 2012, I got to meet Dina Meyer. It was the 15-year anniversary of Starship Troopers, and that was back in the day when Comic-Con was still kind of small. We were confined to just the one building at the time. We had a little bit going on in the Hilton. Hilton always had the game. Hyatt.
Yeah, Hyatt.
I always make that mistake. I actually made that mistake by getting my rooms at the Hilton. So
he was going to have us trek like 5 miles to get to the con.
Yeah, because I made that mistake again.
I can walk from my house to the con quicker.
I'm going to tell you something. Hilton, Hyatt, I am mad at you for making your name so close. But anyway, the point is, back in those days, the lines weren't as long. I think it was also a Thursday, and Thursdays were really dead days.
Thursday's preview.
Yeah, Thursday was a preview, but I was able to meet up with her, and we were actually able to talk for a long time. I was kind of shocked because nobody was really coming because nobody was really there yet. But yeah, being a celebrity go by real fast. You buy a picture from them. A lot of times people will, and one thing you do not do is you do not take the photo from a distance. If you want a picture of them, get up there. You might have to pay a little bit, but let's face it, these people are, they're
essentially they're doing it for money.
Well,
yeah, right. And so, and that's one thing that I kind of agree with the moral majority about is last year at Comic-Con, Lou Ferrigno, best known as TV's Incredible Hulk, actually got on a lot of people's bad side because he wasn't really, what's that word, cordial. He was basically trying to push people to buy stuff for money. Not even, I was reading a story on Facebook about a dad that brought his son dressed as the Incredible Hulk to meet, Lou Ferrigno, the man who is the Incredible Hulk. And Lou Ferrigno was basically saying, buy something or get out of the way.
You're right. Well, you have those stories sometimes. One thing I do notice when it comes to celebrities is that it's like an assembly line. You move through them very quickly. Yeah. But that's because there are other people waiting.
Right. And the thing is, though, is that's actually one of my biggest fears. Is one of my very first celebrity photo ops that I got was with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Mm-hmm. And I thought there was going to be time to prep while I was in line or once I got into that little area where the celebs at, I could at least brush my hair or something.
Right.
But they literally almost prodded you through like cattle, quick, go. And it's like...
Yeah. And
I wasn't really happy with that picture. And it's like, it's a picture that's never going to see the light of day again. But since then, I've learned... I've gotten better. Mm-hmm. Now I'm kind of bringing like little things with me in line, like to brush my hair and stuff. So now I am more prepared.
Right, because one of those things. It's one of those things where they really want those things to move pretty fast. Now, what's interesting I find is that I think with like Elvira and stuff, you stand right next to them, they take the photo, and you go through. Did you at least get to shake her hand or say hello or anything, or is it just
very, very quickly?
Very quickly, yeah. Those things they gotta rush because let's face it, you got so many people who are trying to do that, and you know what? They want to rush through Elvira, rush so that they can get through the next person and the next celebrity and the next celebrity. However, meeting celebrities versus celebrity panels again can be touch and go, but I'll tell you one thing: you learn a lot about the behind the scenes secrets.
Yeah.
When it comes to the, like, we watched Danielle Panabaker last year in 2015, and she talked about how the main bad guy and Grant Gustaf, who played the Flash, the bad guy is the guy in the wheelchair, and Grant Gustaf, remember when he's the Flash, he's got to take off, right? He got to disappear. Well, they have to run each other into walls. Like Grant Gustin, for him being the Flash and taking off means running into a wall. And what's his name? Tom
Cavanaugh.
Tom Cavanaugh. He likes to run his wheelchair into the wall. So, but I mean, we don't know this stuff because it's behind the scenes. The
magic of editing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of celebrities have their own personal stories. I think it was it last year that Carrie Elwes was there?
I think so. Yes.
Best known as the Man in Black from The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
And as we all know, the big dude in The Princess Bride is Andre the Giant.
Yes.
And Carrie Elwes was talking about, what it was like filming the movie with Andre the Giant. It's like, Andre the Giant to me is the star of the movie. He's like the lovable oof that everyone just loves.
And his stories about what happened, a lot of them are in his book, and he was, that's why one of the reasons he was there. He was promoting his book.
A lot of celebs, when they're there, they're either there to promote a movie or a book or something. And
the stories he told were hilarious and funny. And one of the things that happened, somehow Andre the Giant got him to do something where he actually broke his toe.
He ride an ATV, I believe.
Yes, because Andre the Giant was riding it. He goes, "Look, boss, I think you want to ride this."
I think you want to ride it.
Yes, and so he finally got him to do it. And he broke his toe doing it. So there's actually one scene, I believe, where I think Carrie had to pretend that he was in pain, but he was in actual pain.
Yeah.
Right.
But he had to hide it because he was afraid if they ever found out that they were going to fire him.
Right, and that's one thing that I do like. A lot of celebrities is like, they're famous, but they're still people. So it is like, I do like to get the humanistic quality if I can, if I can talk to them for a few minutes. At FanFest in December, I actually met Dirk Benedict.
Starbuck and Face
from the TV's
A-Team. Yeah.
Now the funny thing is that I knew him in a different way than the way almost everyone else knows him. He was actually in a computer game called Zork Grand Inquisitor.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a text-based game, isn't it? No, Zork. That Grand Inquisitor was.
Right. But now the thing is though is that during his panel he was talking about A-Team. He was talking about playing Starbuck and all that. And so when I went to get a celebrity autograph with him, I was asking him, it's like, I wanted you to sign another picture, but I couldn't find a picture of you as Antheria Jack, which was his character name in Zork Grand Inquisitor. And he goes, I remember this. And we just got into this 10-minute conversation where he's glad that I noticed who he was for that role because he liked that role. And it's just that small event, to me, that made the whole weekend for me.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's funny you should mention that. Let's go through this real quick. The first celebrity you ever met at a Comic-Con, for me, and I forget his name, I do apologize, it was the guy who played Boomer in the original Battlestar Galactica. He was the first, and it's so funny how I met him, because the panels were all over on the side, right? But over on this other side, there were these last-minute celebrities who came up out of nowhere. So he didn't have a line or anything. He just had his table. Okay? And so I just am walking around looking at a celebrity, I turn around, there he is, right in front of me. And he doesn't look like himself, obviously, from back in those days. But when I saw the picture, I'm like, oh, no way. You are the Boomer guy. And I started to see it, it's like, yeah, you are the guy. You were that guy. And it was just amazing for me. Joe, very first celebrity you met.
Jeremy Bullock.
Boba Fett.
Yes.
Okay.
Had probably a 15-20 minute conversation with him. Probably to this day, probably my favorite person to meet at a Comic-Con. I mean, I've met a lot of really cool celebrities, a lot of really cool comic book artists and stuff like that. But Jeremy Bullock he didn't sit, but he was talking to me about what it was like to work on Empire Strikes Back and just getting into the role of Boba Fett.
And wasn't I the one that actually tried getting you to talk to him?
Yeah, because I was actually afraid of him.
Well,
I was like, dude, he's too famous. I can't talk to him.
I don't blame him because remember, Dina Myers was the celebrity I actually went up to and talked to at Comic-Con, but she was that was my second Comic-Con. My first Comic-Con, I just looked from a distance because I still didn't know how it worked or anything back then.
That was my problem.
Yeah. See, look at here's what, for those of you who might be going to Comic-Con for the first time, Let me tell you how it works. You get in line, but before you talk to the celebrity, you talk to this one person who's like their
agent,
and you ask them how it works, because it's different for every person. Now, for me with Dina Meyer and with Joe for Jeremy Bullock, it was back in the day, 2011, 2012, when it was so slow that you could actually spend 10, 20 minutes talking to some of these people. Nowadays they got so many celebrities.
Yeah, you pretty much, hello, I liked you in this, thank you, bye.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty much.
It's like back then, some of the celebrities, you could do a cell phone selfie with them, and it wouldn't cost you anything.
Right, now it does.
Yes. Now it does, and now you even have to authorize it through Phoenix Comicon webpage, saying, I want to pay for a cell phone selfie.
Well, I was able to do cash, but that was at the fan. They did.
It really depends.
Yeah, it kind of depends. But
it's all what their agent sets up with the con.
Right. The thing is, even the autographs back in the day, you used to be able to, if it was slow, you could go up to a table and say, "Okay, can I get this autograph?" And they're here, sure. Now you do have to you have to prepay for your autograph.
Right. Now, Bucky, your turn. First celebrity you met there.
I honestly don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay, well, first one you do remember.
Elvira.
Okay, Elvira. Well, that works.
But the thing is, like I said, it was such a blur because I was pushed through,
But
one thing I do remember is that I couldn't really fathom the fact that Elvira would come all the way down to a Comic-Con. So I thought it was just someone dressed as Elvira.
Oh, right. Yes.
Sandra Peterson.
So it wasn't until I was out of the line and I was talking to someone and I'm like literally... Wait, that's really Elvira?
That's the action. It's so funny. I found out that the way she got her name Elvira, I think they wanted to call her something else, but they decided to put all these names in a coffee can, and they just picked the name out of the coffee can, and the name they picked out was Elvira. So that's how she got the name. And I know that because I went to her panel, but her panel was really small in comparison. But it was just a great panel to go to. You hear all about how things got to be the way they are. That's what Joe learned from studying Jeremy Bullock, from talking to Jeremy Bullock. You're talking to people who were actually there.
I think one of my favorite celebrity memories is Catherine Bach, who played Daisy Duke.
Yes.
Ripping the cell phone out of my hand. Because I told her, because how they have the cars out there. I remember you took the picture of me with my Facebook profile picture of me standing in front of the General Lee. And I was like, I waited 30 years to get a picture in front of the General Lee. And I brought up my phone and I started to show it to her. And she's like, no way! And she just yanks the phone out of my hand.
Yeah.
She's looking at it. And I'm like, that's so cool.
This is one thing we do forget about, because there's a lot that goes on in Phoenix Comicon. Have you guys ever attended any of their dancing bashes? Or their drink bashes?
No.
I've attended a few of them. It's not fun unless you have somebody to dance with. But there are places where you can get drinks. There's also cars. The one thing that has the one great benefit that we've gotten because we've gotten so big is that we literally shut off a street.
3rd Street.
Yeah, 3rd Street. And they'll just park all these cars out there from different movies. Batmobiles, Ghostbusters, Ecto-1.
General Lee, the DeLorean, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle van.
Jurassic Park Jeep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they usually have a little Power Wheel beside it. A Power Wheel Jurassic Park
Now,
Jeep.
feel free to stand by them and take your picture, but please do not touch.
Yeah.
We don't have to wipe them every 5 seconds.
I know that there's some people who have broken that rule, but I think with special permission.
Yeah.
Right.
There's this one girl on the internet, her name is Nerdy Girly or something like that.
Okay.
She actually got her picture inside the DeLorean holding a hoverboard.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm not sure who you speak to about doing that. I would love to get permission to do that.
This year we will just go up there and we'll just stand by and say, okay, who do we talk to? Someone. Well, you know what? Phoenix Comicon. If there's any one thing that does not get enough appreciation about Phoenix Comicon, it's their staff.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
definitely.
Their
staff.
volunteer staff
one thing I
is
want
great.
to do is
And they're everywhere.
I do want to interview different aspects of the con because those people that do line control, think about everything they go through. They have to,
and they're so polite. A lot of them are really polite.
Some of
courteous.
them I even know on a personal basis because a lot of the people you see at Comic-Con are volunteers. They don't get paid.
Right. And they do a great job of making... one thing they have to do, which is something I feel sorry they have to do, is enforce the rules. You got to remember something. When we talk about don't take a picture of a celebrity from a distance, we're saying that because if you did that, bad things could happen to the con. if you did that. You know?
Yeah.
Because they really want to make sure that people are paying their money. Yeah, I know we like to think that these celebrities have a lot of money and everything, but when they go to these things, it's to help them make even more money because this is part of their job, you know?
Yeah.
Part of their, and Phoenix Comicon, these are things they don't get paid for. So they're taking the time out of their schedule to fly all the way to a con, and I believe the only way they make their money is when people purchase their pictures and everything, you know? Or a photo with them, or the book, you know?
Right.
So there's just a lot going on, and we want to support the con. That's the important thing.
And the thing is that every year, the numbers for Comic-Con grow. Yeah, last year we were at 77,800.
Wow.
818.
77,818.
See,
and so I think we may actually break 80,000 this year.
Now, and the more we get, guys, let me tell you something. I remember hearing, and don't quote me on this.
Quote.
Now, it's that DC Comics has a special Comic-Con presentation booth. Now, don't ask me what it is.
Are you talking about the people that dress up?
No, I don't think it's like Legion of Superheroes or something. I'm not sure what it is.
The Justice League of Arizona, and then there's the Arizona Avengers.
Right, those people will show up, but something special from DC. They will travel to cons with this stuff, and I'm not sure what it is, but they didn't want to come to our stuff because we were too small.
Well, the thing
we're big now.
Yeah, that's actually
we're huge.
In fact, I'll tell you that the 3 closest hotels to Comic-Con are pretty much sold out.
Yeah.
And the con is still like 6 months away.
Yeah.
Less than 6 months away.
Exactly. Just less than 6 months away.
Yeah, that's a good point because like a lot of the good stuff at the con happens after the con, like at night.
Yes.
You know, you get together in the bar with your buddies, and like you'll see people cosplayers there. They have the dancing. What is it? Geek prom.
Geek prom. Yes.
Which, that one when you pay your ticket for that goes to the charity Kids Need to Read, which is a pretty cool thing.
And it's actually Kids Need to Read actually made a lot of money.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's great for them. I mean, they have a great cause of promoting education and reading to children.
However, I will say, and this is going to be the only negative thing I really say about the con, one of two things possibly, but I've actually tried attending Geek Prom 2 years, 2 times. I didn't care for it.
You got to bring a partner.
Yeah.
You got to have someone to dance with.
See, that's just it. The idea of a Geek Prom is that you meet people there.
We've met people there.
Yeah, you kept asking that one girl.
No.
But anyway,
I was tired.
But the thing is that I probably will not. I mean, it would take a lot for me to attend a Geek Prom again.
Get a girl. If you have a date with you, you'd probably go.
That's the thing, is that you go there to get someone to dance with. But the thing is, also they another thing that they've had was speed dating.
Oh yes, they do those speed dating. I've yet to attend one. I try.
I've had nothing but bad experience when I've done it. I'm probably not going to do that again.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But other than that, all the programming is interesting. But it's like there's something literally for everyone to do.
But you know what? You bring up one important part about Phoenix Comicon that really makes it great, and that we really like, that people really don't talk about enough, is that Phoenix Comicon has a prime location. Okay, you are within walking distance of restaurants. Now, the Phoenix Comicon itself, the convention center, is awesome for all the food they offer. There's all this food all around you at any given time.
Right.
However, there is also within walking distance Hooters, Subway, Starbucks. Some lesser known places, a bar,
upscale restaurants. There's so many food options. In fact, they started bringing in food trucks now.
Yeah.
Yes, they have food trucks out there now. So remember how we talked about make sure you stay hydrated? There's plenty of water out. There's plenty of places to get drinks. Drink, because it is Phoenix. It is dry. It is hot. Especially
and I will say that I didn't think people would do it, but you can actually get shrimp. From a van now at Comic-Con.
Shrimp?
Cousin's Maine Lobster shrimp.
Oh, wow.
You can get that from it. I'm not that's not my type of food, but apparently if that is, I don't even think I would feel safe getting it from a truck.
I know. I don't know about that either.
I don't know if I could do that. When the con's over, I usually feel so miserable just from lack of sleep, lack of hydration, because there's just so much to do.
See, I'm just happy with the food court that's in the convention center. It's a good location. The only problem is that when it's around noon to 2 o'clock,
forget it.
Exactly, that's the only problem. Everyone seems to go at lunch at the exact same time.
Let me tell you something about Phoenix Comicon. If you're not walking around with some Cliff bars or some power bars or some sort of sustenance already, you're just sabotaging yourself. You got to bring some food with you.
Oh, and I do thank you. You've given me an idea for an article. I'm probably going to write an article on tips for surviving Phoenix Comicon.
Yeah. We're definitely going to, and we're going to do something on, you know what? Yeah, we'll do a video on tips for surviving and etiquette. Because a big thing about Phoenix Comicon, this is probably the most important thing, and we'll probably end on this note, is that cosplay is not consent. Okay?
Yeah. For those that don't know what that means, a lot of the times at Comic-Con, a lot of the cosplayers, usually female, wear skimpy outfits for their cosplay. And a lot of guys, usually guys...
Some girls have been known to be a problem, though.
Basically take it too far and inappropriate touching occurs. And it's like...
Yeah.
I mean, that's not cool.
And here's the thing. If you're ruining it for them and for everyone else, because what's happening is these people will stop coming to cons. And then we all really lose out because, like I said, we get professional cosplayers to this place. And they look great. And these people, let's face it. If there's anything I don't see enough of when it comes to Phoenix Comic-Con, but I see all the time with San Diego Comic-Con, it's Slave Leia. That's become a Comic-Con staple. And I actually did see a lot of them. And let me tell you something. The women who dress up with Slave Leia, they look really good. They're really beautiful in those outfits, For
me, it's whoever dresses up as Lilu from Fifth Element.
Lilu from Fifth Element. Power Girl is another one, obviously. Wonder Woman,
So, but yeah, it's not cool to harass these women. They don't want it. There's no need for you to do it.
If you're going to get a picture with them, make sure you are very polite about it because, we all want to have fun. And fun is for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to have a good time there.
And pretty much, I know people who swore that if they see that type of conduct, they will go on the physical attack. So,
I believe it,
So, like I said, there's no need for it. We're all there to have a good time. Don't ruin it for other people.
Show your appreciation because if there's any one thing that Phoenix Comic-Con is about, it's about art. There are artists. There are writers. There are costumers, There's movie actors, directors. One thing that I personally like about Phoenix Comic-Con, and we'll end it on this note, is there is one room that is dedicated to just showing movies. And ever since I became a film critic, I made it a point to go to those rooms and review, the movies that are being made there. With a quite a higher expectation, but I do review them. Now, I messed up last year. And I do apologize. For 2015, I missed those reviews. I hope they're coming out soon. If I can remember what their title was, I do remember how they looked, and some of them actually looked pretty good for being independent productions. But the main thing I'm trying to say here is there's a lot. Phoenix Comic-Con literally has something for everyone. Maybe one or two things happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So
it's a great place to go if you're twins. That way one of you can go to one thing and the other person can go to the other.
Yeah. Or if you have that Hermione necklace, because they do sell that there. The time travel necklace she had. Because you can get merchandise that you really can't get anywhere else. Some of this stuff you can't even find on Amazon or eBay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very rare because it's specialized, and that makes it special. So we've always enjoyed Phoenix Comicon. I think we'll probably always go.
Oh, yeah.
As long as we're living in Arizona, we're going to make sure every May we get there. And even some fan fest if I'm not, already traveling to visit family or something. All right, guys, that's it for us today. We'll hope to see you at Phoenix Comic-Con.
Even though it says see you at the theater.
Yeah, well, we forgot to change the title. Sorry about that. We will see you at Phoenix Comic-Con. Just look for me. I wear a white shirt. It says Pozzible on it. I'll see you there.
Take it easy.
Be seeing you.